And hello everyone, this is Dubious Physics coming to you from Satisfactory, right next to some brand new assemblers we just put up yesterday. Hope you're all doing well today, folks. Words, yes. A shout out to Novillian in the chat. Hello. Got plenty of stuff to work on today, most notably finishing the hookup of some of the brand new project pieces for the big space elevator project. I'm not actually quite sure what to call it. They're kind of project stages, and they do have they're named like Project Assembly Framework, and basically require a bunch of advanced resources called project parts. Be one of the names to be loaded onto the space elevator to unlock new tech tiers. Yes, new tech tiers hopefully coming up soon. And thank you, Novillian. I'm glad you like the thrown together with a somewhat pained focus on organization and functionality with a minor very pained concessions to practical limitations. Right, well, an immediate issue I need to sort out, or soon to be immediate, is that right now, producing 30 steel pipes a minute, at fully utilizing all of my steel output, but this assembler right now actually draws... Wait, no, it's not steel pipes, sorry, I'm making enough steel pipes. This assembler draws 40 wire a minute, but at the wire production end, I'm only having 20 wire a minute coming out here. Means I need to throw down more copper output. Right now we're putting out 3, 4. I think is that 60? No, 120 copper ingots a minute, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on a moment, did I actually leave? It's a thing I do sometimes, but Ames and I almost pride myself on not on doing it. But did I miscalculate how much copper comes out here? Yeah, I'm putting out 120 copper a minute. But I think I left over capacity in this and didn't immediately yoink all the copper. And thank you, Novillian. I'm glad it looks at least moderately pretty. Okay, yeah, we're processing... No, we are processing 120 into... maybe my brain's not doing the math correctly, but 60 and 60, 120 copper ingots a minute. That we're... Okay, at that point we're consuming 60, and then these machines over here are consuming another 60. Right. So that's where we're at. So I will need more copper throughput if I am to manufacture more wire. So I don't think I can cleanly redirect another multiple. Unless I stop copper sheet production entirely, I don't think I can cleanly adjust my output. Well, first things first, I'm gonna need a bunch more foundations here. So, let's go. Also, how are you doing today, Novillian? I have a cat right next to me that wishes you to know that he has never known kindness or affection in his entire life, and is in desperate need of cuddles. He says this from atop his pile of toys and scratching tools and sort of the interactive toys he was using to play with him just earlier this morning. But anyway, yes, kitty. You're very cute. cuteness cannot be denied. Flashlight. Thing I forgot I had in this game, or occasionally forget I had. Right, so this is going to need to be a miner Mark II. Let me just check whether or not I have portable. I have a portable miner in my inventory. I just need to make one more, and I can use. I'm not going to replace the. Actually, if I make two more, I can replace it in place. That's a minor oversight at the moment that I can't do. Like, I can't just make the difference up. A miner Mark 1 has one portable miner in it. A miner Mark 2 needs two portable miners, and it's good. Like, the game is going to, but the game won't let me build it over with just. Actually, hang on, how many portable miners do I? Oh, I accidentally made too many. That's fine. Everything is fine. But yeah, I'll just overbuild that, and we'll deal with the extra miners in my inventory. It's better to do that, I feel, than have to clean up and replace all of the conveyors. But I will need to upgrade them. We need a conveyor belt Mark III to be able to handle this much output. And I am going to need to rearrange these belts anyway. Because I'm going to need to expand the smelter line in a direction, i.e. out to the, I need to expand the smelter line out to the right. I may separate out the smelter output lines somewhat. And apparently I am out of room in my inventory for copper ore. This smelter, which, oh, I see, the copper sheet machines are backed up, so the solar array isn't drawing at full capacity. Yeah, that's fair enough. At some point I will organize the, will want to organize the output from things again. Well, in fact, for now, I'm just gonna put, I guess I'll put all these in a container. Organization, industrial storage. Because I will need many copper sheets for construction in quite possibly, and actually hopefully, the near future. So, do that. Wait, no, that's not quite what I wanted. It's this one that I want to be next to. Boop. And we are producing 30 copper sheets a minute from these three machines. Can be handled by a Mark 1. I can have an overflow set up to a sink, put together later if need be. Right. Or I could hook something up to the existing containers. That works out for now. And that should let me store some of my excess copper ore in these smelters. And now I have enough room to clean up that box. Good. One of my fears, my perpetual fears in Satisfactory is leaving one of those overflow boxes sitting somewhere where it being buried under foundations or hovering midair and just sitting there forever unattended to. Like, that is it keeps me up at night. In addition to supply conditions, which have kind of kept me up at night since yesterday, since the supply imbalance. When I miscalculated the wire we would need is still a thing. So, with double the output, I will need twice as many smelters. And fortunately, I have just enough room. just enough. Barely. For that number of smelters. It looks like these smelters will probably need a separate output line. Well, they're already kind of separate output lines. Two of them are outputting to these machines, and that is the correct quantity. And two of them are outputting to the line feed for the copper sheet manufacturing. And these four, I'll need to finagle this a little bit because it's well, it's not gonna fit. So let me just. Do I have room? I don't think I have room for copper ingots in my inventory, so this is gonna cause more issues. Let me try and get this copper ore deposited, so I've got room for things. There we go. I don't think you can actually break down personal miners. Like, that's one thing that you can never... I don't think you can properly recycle in this game, so I may have to just chuck my personal miners somewhere. I'll yank some manufactured goods out of here in exchange. Stuff like the heavy modular frames. What was that sound? That sounded like an enemy, like a crawling enemy. Is there something upstairs, maybe? I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. So it's not like this area has any vicious person-eating fauna. I'll be fine. What's Caterium ingots I don't need on me right now. Smart plating. I'm actually gonna probably grab those Caterium ingots and try and shove them in a manufacturing system or output somewhere. Okay, I think that's kind of organized enough. Any of these quick wire manufacturers need Caterium ingots. Or constructors rather, because the manufacturer is actually a different building. No, you do not need Caterium ingots. Okay, I can fill the output of this machine at least. That'll do. Clean up a little bit of inventory space. Turning off the flashlight. This copper feed is fine for the most part. I just need to find a way to make it not overlap with that smelter, which probably means just a little vertical trip. Except that will make it overlap with the power lines, and I find all of this moderately why didn't I think of this when I originally put this down? Oh, probably because I didn't expect to be putting the sideways feed line there in the first place. Okay, so what if I reverse the feed and made the elevator on this side? Not enough space for an elevator in between smelters, huh? in that case, my original solution wouldn't work here at all in the first place, because there would not be enough space in between smelters. Right, this is going to have to be a simpler application then. And this is going to partly shut down the line for a bit. The cat says hello to you, chat, as well. Right, I'm going to bring these smelters online first before I worry too much about the other end of things then. Where's the power line? Oh, Mark II. Got 4 more machines to plug in at this end. 1, 2, and I'll set it up over here. 1 and 2. Configure these all for copper smelting. Okay, each of these can do 30 a minute, so that's easily handled by a Mark 1, but the main bus should be Mark 3. And we need splitters. Rotate, please. Thank you. There we go. 2, 3, and 4. Actually, the splitter can take input from this side. Put in the Mark 1 feeders for 1, 2, 3, and 4 smelters, and hook up the main bus. Linked 3 and 4, 1 and 2, and finally a Mark 3 belt coming in from the miner. Now, Navili, this probably isn't quite the spirit of the request, but you said you wanted walls. Let's get some walls. By viewer request, walls. Let me just get some coupons from the chest. Walls? Oh, it reset my cart. It's a terrible user experience for this shop. Where are the coupons for me to put back? There they are. Okay. Alright. Beginning the deployment of walls. Single wall conveyor. Feed in through here. And that's all the wall I'm putting down for now. I hope that is reasonably satisfactory. Oh hey, roll credits. I have a feeling Navillion may be AFK for this. hopefully they find it appreciable. Okay, I'm now going to direct the output of all of these smelters down to the left this way, feed it back into the feed machines, split off 60 to go out here, and then we can split off some for additional wire production. Or in fact, I can probably set up additional wire production just cleanly down the existing line, and split off 60 after that. I can make it nice and neat. We'll break down that conveyor for now. Break down these poles, fill my inventory with copper ingots. Need to remember to find a machine to hand those off to later, otherwise I'll be cursed with copper ingots in my inventory for all eternity. Okay, 30 a minute coming out from each of these machines. We're gonna go up to 240 a minute total, so the main bus of this this manifold needs to be Mark IIIs, and the main bus of this manifold also needs to be Mark III. Okay, let's get the mergers going. And pointing output to my right. 1, 2, there should be 6 total, including the 2 I'm replacing. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. A single Mark III conveyor handling the output feed from each smelter, because they only produce 30 a minute. And Mark III conveyors for the main bus down here. 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5, 5 and 6, 6 and 7, and that hooks up to the existing bus. Just making sure all of these machines are being drained. 71, 70, 69, yeah, okay. 71, 70, 69, 69, 68, 10, 7, and this one's being drained as fast as it can produce. Just verifying that it is actually producing. Yeah, okay, that's working fine. So now we have 240 a minute coming down here. We're using 60 for these 4 machines, I have a lot more than 60 for the machines up ahead. Which I suppose is interesting. How many cable production? I'm using 80. Sorry, 60, 40, 100 for the cable production of 50 a minute. 50 cable a minute is going to these machines. Hang on a moment. Okay, 25 cable a minute for this machine. 50 cable a minute for this one. What am I... How did I calibrate these? So it's calibrated down to half. So I only need 75 cable a minute. How much am I producing? 30 and 20. I think I may have done my values wrong as well. Hang on a moment. Using 5 stators a minute, which can draw on. I'm just going to run 2 of these, but one of them is scaled down because of a limit of cables. I am producing just enough cables to run one machine. And then there's 8 wire a minute being sent here. Now if I ran this at full capacity, it would eat it should at least eat every wire that comes out through here. So 60 to 120 wires coming from here. And print out 30 plus 30. It should print out 60 cable a minute, 60 cable a minute. These machines together need 100. Basically, I need to expand these manufacturing arrays. That's what I'm getting here. I think I need a bunch more wire production and a bunch more cable production. Both. To fuel the automated wire system, and then some overflow potential for future projects. Okay. Well, let's see. How many could I siphon off for copper? Copper sheets. Copper sheets need 20 ingots a minute. So the last 60 should be used on copper sheets. The intervening 150, I think. 240, 180. Okay, intervening 180. Can be used for wire production. Though that is a lot of constructors. I don't even know if I want to try putting the arrangement together like that. Okay, well, for now this array is putting out +20 plus 30, 50 cables a minute. You have to power 2 of these at 50% power. So, clock this down to 50% as well. For now. And that should use our available cables evenly. 1.5 stators a minute. Well, now we're producing 1.5 stators a minute, meaning I need to put out 2.5 stators a minute. 50% clock, and I only need 20 wire a minute. 20 wire a minute is coming out. After the 100, siphoned off from the 120 is 100 is put into the cable machines. Let me just verify that. 40 a minute. 60 a minute. Yeah, 100 is put into the cable machines. 20 is available for manufacturer over here. That works out perfectly. Excellent. I don't want to downscale production like that overall, but for now that should balance it. Take a look at the constructors here. Those are the copper sheet ones, and these are the copper wire ones. Could make I think I broke down the other copper sheet manufacturers, which only, or constructors, which only require 20 ingots a minute. Brought the facility down to 60 copper ingots a minute, so 180 worth of copper. I could do 6 more. Not 6 more. 180 divided by 30. 40 more? By 15. 180 divided by 15. More, build a lot more thingies. Well, my brain's working great today. Right, so I'm gonna want to work on getting a bunch more wire producers hooked up to this, and connect up the copper sheet production and cable production after that. For the immediate moment though, I am going to take a break here. It's a good point for me to take a break, I think. Do remember to hydrate, stretch, grab some food if you need to. Do appreciate your viewership very much. And do take care of yourselves, you are absolutely worth it. I hope to see you after the break. And we're back. Thanks for sticking around, folks. Alright, well, it's time to get back to it. Bunch of copper production to hook up, things to arrange. And just in general, I need to get this production all set up. So far I finished setting up the smelting. It's 240 units of copper, not coal, coming through this a minute, and I need to put a bunch of that into wire production, which is a bit awkward at 15 units per constructor. But perhaps not unmanageable, and then that whatever's left over to distribute evenly needs to be put into three machines. As I should just pop this these copper ingots away. Three. I'll probably leave it at 60 units a minute fed into copper sheet production, because that's the only clean multiple, meaning the remaining 180 needs to be fed across 12 machines, 12 constructors of wire production. It's going to be a bit of an awkward prospect, I think. but hopefully not unmanageable. Let's see how many of these constructors I can fit over on this side before I start colliding with the wall, because I've got limited space on either side. Incidentally, I'm getting word that some people may be having issues with the chat connection on Twitch, adding to the pile of various issues that have been cropping up as of late, with this, small indie endeavor. That's totally not backed by a slightly ludicrous degree of wealth. So if you are seeing that happening, sorry you have to deal with that. I'm not aware of any effective workarounds at the moment, but it is not just you. And I need to transfer a ludicrous amount of wire between containers. So let's get this all moved over. Some of that is wire I was carrying on me, I guess. Ta-da! Okay, that works better. Pull down that container, and that should let me lock down some more constructors along here. 3 and 4. That looks a little awkward. Let's lay down a couple of foundations. Reposition the constructor legs. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means I need 3 more machines out this way. 10, 11, 12. And this cliffside is going to be a problem, but hopefully we can make it work. Right. I can probably do a split manifold here. I don't have to worry about moving the ingot distribution too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's actually even roughly in the middle as far as distribution goes. It'll correct itself the same way as a regular manifold, given enough time. But let's see, can I fit the splitter where I need to here? Yes, it looks like I can. So let's get the whole chain of splitters set up. Including this one slightly colliding with the rock. But, in the end we chiseled out a bit of the rock, it's okay, hopefully the internal connectors are fine. That's gonna really bug me, but strictly speaking it's better than most of the alternative setups I could have put together for this. Okay, now 1, 2, 3 of those machines off, 2 of those machines off this power pole. And we can power another 1 and 2 last machines of the line off there. Each of these should be configured for copper wire production. This is an interesting SP. It takes more iron and takes along 2 to 9. 4 times, it's 4.5 times the output. It takes more than 4.5 times as long. I suppose if I was really strapped for copper, which I'm not at the moment. Okay, let's get the feeders connected for each one, and then I'll move along the line configuring each one. So each one is going to take okay, rotate the splitter around the other way. Input on this side. There we go. And 1, 2, and 3. Liter, 30 a minute, I believe, is the consumption. Actually, 15 copper ingots a minute is the consumption of each of these machines. And I think I may have put down... No, I did put down splitters. Okay. That's good. Let's get the recipes set on each machine, starting from the far end. Okay. Wire. 1, 2 wire. 3 wire. 4 wire. 5 wire. Let's check this set as well. 6 wire. 7 wire. 8 wire. 9 wire. 10. 11. And 12 constructors worth of wire. 12 times 15. 150 plus another... 180 units of wire going through there. Wire going either way. Or sorry, 180 units. No, what am I thinking? 180 units of copper. Copper ingot consumption. That was what I was thinking. Apparently, I distributed the machine power incorrectly. There we go. That's fixed. Just enough for that. Okay, it is sometimes a bit difficult to tell the difference in certain lighting between the green and yellow status lights. But anyway, this main bus handles up to 240, so I'll just make it a conveyor Mark 3. Technically I could think about how it's split, but just following a relatively new rule of just keeping the main bus at maximum throughput for all of the for it to be maximum throughput any one manifold will need to handle. So let's connect down machines on this side as well. Hang on, did I connect this lay that out incorrectly? Or is it, I think it's the, is it the cliff side that's causing that issues? Oh no, that isn't. I'm pretty sure that is oriented incorrectly. Okay, let's try that. Conveyor Mark 3. There we go, that's better. And I'm gonna need to replace this feeder. Okay, so that's wire production going down here. The machines on the other side need to be powered. Meaning, need a power pole mark 2 here. Okay, 1, 2, and 3 extra connections, conveniently enough. And that should be... Looks like all the copper wire constructors are green. Fantastic. Now I just figure out how to sort out this feed line. So far, I'm consuming consuming a potential of 100 cable a minute and 40 wire a minute. Although these are currently downclocked. So for 100 cable a minute, with some extra, I would need to consume 1, 2, 3, 4. Means what? 4 times 60 is 240 wire a minute, and I am producing 30 times 12. 360 wire a minute, so I've got more than enough for that. I'm going to break down these machines here and just rearrange them. So hopefully things are relatively neat. I don't need to worry about exact splitter proportions here because we're going to be overloading the throughput anyway. Or at least I could say, hopefully, I'm not going to have to worry about exact splitter proportions. I'm using manifolds, so I'm not, I've already conceded I'm not worrying about, rapid immediate feed rates. So let's see. So how much of the wire needs to be consumed directly? Now, pulling down these constructors for a bit. Okay, so we're feeding up to 50 cable a minute up here, and I'm probably not going to have fancy overflow set up at the moment. So the cable constructors will be on the right, and then the plain wire output on the left here. And this bus is going to essentially run all the way from this end. Is this running at 100%? Yes, it is. That's a good sign. The machine at the end of the bus is running smoothly. Right. So wire. Each. I mean, I may actually put out exact proportions anyway, because it feels neater. But each cable constructor of the 3 I am going to be using needs 60 cable a minute. Right, let's get these mergers going. One merge there, pointing out that way. So again, it's going to have to be slightly embedded into the cliff face. Hopefully, I don't have to do this too often. There we go. The feed is in 2 and 3. Okay. And a bunch of these already have mergers capturing their output. Stuff on the right. 2, 3, 4. I'm here to be stuck. Okay, dismantling that merger. Right. That's gonna be output all the way to the right. I suppose a simpler way to capture extra output when I am probably putting out more than when I'm producing more than will be consumed is like a simple through container. That might be something I should do. Additionally, I realize I forgot a moderately important step with this whole setup. The automated one, which is I should probably hook up the automated wiring output to something. So let's grab the well, at the moment I think we're making 5 automated wiring a minute. 2.5. So that's all within Mark 1 thresholds. That is going to clip through that's going to clip through power pole, so I'm going to have to redistribute that and shove some automated wiring back into this so it's not taking up inventory space. Okay, out here. I believe that looks correct. Correct as in looks neat and goes straight. Okay, this is the maximum length of the conveyor belt. Conveniently just about where that needs to stop anyway. Hopefully we don't clip into any of these elevators. No, that seems to be good. There, right spot? Yes it is. Okay. And that's loading the automated wiring into the space elevator. So the effort I put in previously isn't entirely vanishing, or sitting idle while I finagle out increased production here. Right, so we need 60. That is 160. We need 60 times 3, I believe. Each cable machine takes 60 and makes 30. Hang on a moment. 60 times 4, we need 240 worth of... I would start breaking it apart right here, but I'm actually probably going to capture it and run it back around just because of deepness and stuff. So we'll be handling up to 240 on this section of the bus, so it's going to be Mark 3s. So it's going to be 30, 60, 90. This is 120. 150, 180, 210. Let me just count that correctly, make sure I'm counting correctly. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240 is here. Conveyor belt Mark 3, please. Oh, this merger isn't oriented the right way. Yeah, but it should output that way. It needs to output that way anyway, so that's fine. Wait, did I put down a... Hang on. Why is it... Should be fine. Encroaching others' clearance. Whose clearance am I encroaching? Is there a leftover belt here? Mark 1, Mark 3. Get these merges up again. This one points to the right. This one needs to point out that way. Conveyor belt Mark 3, connect these two, and connect these two. What was that, 240? 240 excludes the last 60s, the last 4 machines, right? 2, 3, 4. Hang on, am I making 300 wire? 15 times 12. I'm consuming 360. Sorry, 15 times 12, 100. Consuming 100 and... Am I even doing this maths right? Dang it. My brain... I wish it hung onto thoughts a bit better sometimes. Okay, 15 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 15 times 12, 150, plus, yeah, I'm consuming 180 copper ingots a minute, so I'm not consuming the whole output of this miner. In fact, I might. I mean, there's not much explicit point downclocking the miner as it's drawing. It'll shut itself down when output is filled up anyway. Although I might set it just to remind myself that I'm only processing 150. Or I could divert those extra... Oh, right, no, I wanted to... Some machines have to make copper sheets. That was what the last... how much was it? Now I need to produce 240 copper wire. So let's look at this. 1, 2... Oh, come on, up. 1, 2, 3. Each of these produces 30. So 30... Sorry, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210, 240. And I can cut off the copper wire production here. And these can produce copper sheets. Now copper sheets require 20. Oh, that's a lot of wire that's on top of that. Copper sheets require 20. 20, 20. Right, the last... It only configures cleanly if I adjust the last 60. So 240 minus 60, so I need... Okay, so I need 180 machines worth of copper sheet production. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna shove some copper sheets into this assembler here, which is probably not copper sheets, copper wire. Probably backed up on limited. It's not actually backed up on limited wire. So we can have some more wire then. Shoot, I have too many copper ingots in my inventory. Right, to balance this out, I've got 12 times 15, 150, 180 units of copper ingot draw producing copper wire, leaving 60 for producing copper sheets. Right, that's going to be a separate other 3. So no, these are indeed producing copper wire. Incidentally, have a bunch of copper ingots and copper wire, and also let me pick up the... Okay, I have kind of some room in my inventory. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. I still need room for another another few machines. This is the 240 mark, and then these 4 are producing another 120 copper wire. A minute, which I guess I'll feed into storage. Let me get that feed going up now, or at least some semblance of that feed. So let me fix up the output feeds here, which I had to pull down and rebuild for merger shenanigans, because the mergers weren't behaving. That's the 240. Output feeds here are pointing to the right, which is fine. I don't need to merge them into the other conveyors. And this output bus handles 120. So a conveyor Mark II should do fine here. 1, 2, 3 interconnects, and then the output goes into this box. Or actually, the output goes into a basic splitter will do. Output goes into a basic splitter. Kind of wish this box was inverted, but I screw it, I'll build a new box. Logistics. Organization, but hang on. Where is the awesome sink? Either throw one down with its input around here. It's the closest it can get. Power hooked up. Throw down a new industrial storage container. These are a bit messy, but oh well. And splitter. 1, 2. Okay, I can rearrange the industrial storage container. There we go. The closest it can be is about there. Probably gonna regret it being that close, but that's fine. 120 a minute maximum throughput into the splitter. Half of that goes into storage. I think this container is the wrong way around. Half of that goes into the sink, and half of that goes into industrial storage. Yeah, it was the wrong way around. Okay. And once the container fills up, all of it will go into... Once the container fills up, all of it goes into the sink. Okay. I'll toss a bunch of my wire into here. Grab a stack of wire from there, start to empty that out. And cool, that's the excess wire production hooked up. And then this wire production needs to go into 3 cable producing machines. And the copper sheet producing machines will have to go elsewhere. Potentially might want to make another vertical level. In which case these walls I put down at the behest of the very lovely Novillian may actually serve a purpose. Thank you, Novillian. I believe that was a 12 meter height between floors I used. Yeah, 12 meter height seems to work pretty well for most machines, so I will bring that 12 meters up and hope it works. It works out comfortably. In fact, I'm gonna break down the so that side. Can I use these as doors? I need door walls at some point. But now I'm just gonna leave a gap in those as... I think I want to invert this wall. One moment. Because I like having I think this is how actual sheet metal buildings look as well. They have the fancy, or not fancy, decidedly unfancy, but the structural reinforcement on the inside. That's what I'm looking for. So oriented that way. I need to delete that one. Or at least make it a double wall outlet. I'll leave a gap in it for now. This isn't exactly a well-planned wall setup. I'm just looking for... I'm just looking for a way to put another floor on this for now. Okay, with the layout for the next floor put down, so I don't forget, I can now move on to the next, or back to the other so I don't forget project. Let's put some constructors down. Need 3 constructors producing cable. Encroaching other... Whose clearance am I encroaching by being here? Is it the power cable? Because this is the correct spot. Is it the power cable? I think it may be the power cable. Yeah, it is the power cable. Okay. Can I just connect these two directly? Or is there a particular... Oh, yeah, they're there to... They're there mainly because one of the power cables one of the power poles results in clipping. So if I connect it like that, does that still result in clipping? Yes, to an extent. And there's also the distance limit of pole, and I didn't realize that this line clips through this industrial storage container. So you're coming with me, copper sheets. Okay, can I move that line connection? Can I move that line connection over here? seems to work. And then this needs to connect up over here. Or does it? I thought this was connected over here. But no, this seems to... Hopefully I haven't just depowered large sections of the factory. It seems to be running. Okay. Neatness and power infrastructure is a little beyond. I am so looking forward to being able to run power through high elevations on ceilings and such. Okay, 1, 2 constructors and come on, 3 constructors. Oh, and you know what? The constructors needed to be further out anyway. Still, I think the new power pole placement is neater, so that's fine. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 2 and 3. Oh right, I probably would have had the copper sheet production along here. Although, again, there's not really enough room for 3 constructors. I think. You know what? Let me try it. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that constructor clipping into the... Yeah, that constructor clipping into the terrain is a bit much for me. One merger over here to get the output. Feeder output 60 a second. Sorry, 60 a minute. Cable. Sorry, 30 cable. Cable. Hang on a moment. Use 30 cable. Each of these machines can consume 50. I need 4 constructors worth of cable production. Which will consume 240 wire, which I did account for. So good. I didn't make a ridiculously catastrophic error. I just forgot that I'd done things correctly. Output for each of those, or the direct feed for each of those machines has been obtained. I just realized something in that some of these cables do need to go to one of the assemblers here. So let's get that adjusted. How are these assemblers going? Oh, they need cable, huh? Okay. Oh, shoot. Apparently there's wire on the ground there. I didn't really leave too much else sitting around. Container, take my wire. Grab that wire. Need to climb that. Okay, probably the easiest way to hook this up is just to draw off the container, which is a little... it's not as clean as I'd like, but the container essentially acts as a buffer, and it'll be full of wire when the excess wire backs up at the assembler. Okay, I don't need more than 30 wire. Actually, how much wire do I need a minute? I'll need 40 wire a minute. The output of it's less than the throughput of a Mark 1, so that should be fine. Where's that line up? 1, 2 back. And I should be able to crank this machine up to 100%. Now that it will be getting more than it will be proceeding up to 60 wire a minute. Conveyor belt sections are separate. That should be fine. 60 and 60 coming through there. $15 steel pipe a minute, well within production limits. Okay. And then cable aside, I should be able to crank these up to 100% as well. Because we're producing 5 stators a minute, enough to support the output of 2.5 times 2 stators a minute. So, 1 machine, 2 machine, 3 and 4. So let's produce cable. We've got enough wire throughput for all of that. And they need to be hooked up to power. Oh, that's probably one reason why I had a power pole here. Fine. Power pole Mark II. Put it here. Connect that through there. That doesn't clip. That's good for me. And 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Need splitters through here again. Taking input from towards me. There we go, and then taking input from my left. 2, 3, and 4. 240 wire a minute requires at least a Mark II. Sorry, a Mark III, right. So that main bus should be Mark III. Each of these machines take 60 wire a minute. The feed can be Mark I. So we're all coming online now. Well within our power capacity still. Okay. Total of 120 cable a minute. So take build the output bus with conveyor Mark IIs. And conveyor Mark II will ferry that there. I think these are all direct connections, so that should be fine. 3. In that case, I've just got 3 elevators to replace. Lift Mark 2, 1, 2, and 3 conveyor lifts. So 50 cable a minute, 50 cable a minute. Should be supplied steadily with an excess of 20 cable a minute. Which I should be able to feed into the sink there. But for now, I won't be too fancy about sorting out the overflow, especially when it won't stop the production of anything important. Okay, let's see if the machine efficiency goes up at all. For now, time to look at the space elevator. See that I've actually produced the stuff we need. Fantastic. Okay, big milestone time. Space elevator. What side is the switch on? Here. Space elevator. Seal the crate and stuff. And whoop. Off it goes. That space elevator stage has been some time in the making. Now there'll be even more stuff that needs figuring out. Just watching for the stage to come back down. The elevator to come back down. What do I need to put in next? Well, I'm already producing some of the versatile frameworks we need. That's nice. Oh, and the stage settled back in without me noticing. Okay, that's fine. Onward bound then. Versatile framework production still needs to go in. Automated wiring. Can get fed into a sink for now. Or I might just let it back up. I don't want to. I'll clean up the belts more, but I've enough inventory space as it is, so I might just leave it there. Yeah, comfortably producing enough cables at least. Keep this all running. It's gone up to 95% efficiency, 98%. I think the numbers should even out to 100 with a bit of time. Should still have a good number of spare wires and spare cables in this whole array. And now one final bit of setup for the copper area. Let's get the nice clean floor foundations connected there. Gonna need a ladder. Encroaching on the... okay, fine. Let's get this floor nicely set up. Roof this all off completely just yet, but hopefully this section should be wide enough for the immediate needs. What I need to do is take the copper feed from over here, ferry it up top, as well as throw down a wall connector. Apparently I need some wire. Okay. A little bit of wire. Down a wall outlet over there. And that should cleanly connect up top to a power pole. Right, which floor was the copper output on it? I think it was here. One, two. Figuring out the right alignment isn't the easiest thing to do with an opaque floor. But I can figure it out. Okay, about there. 1, 2. Let me just put the actual conveyor pole here. Let's see, so the last 60. Last 60, of this output. Let's hook this up. Should go up just fine. I'm going to be bothered by the placement of my ladder now. In fact, let me adjust the placement of that ladder. Let me put it off the edge here. Okay, it has to be like that. Fine. Okay, we can break down the conveyor pole. And lay down reconstructors for copper sheets. 2. You sure about that? 2. Am I sure about this? I think that should work. Probably put down the splitter first to check. Yeah, that seems correct. 2 and 3. 1, 2, and 3. So each of these machines, I believe, takes 20. Copper ingots a minute, yep. Puts out 10 copper sheets a minute. Stuff will be useful for pipe manufacturing, but I don't have any processes that immediately need it directly at the moment. And I should be able to power them all off this pole for now. As far as this end goes, let's pick up the output from here. Does that power line intersect this? Yes it does, shoot. That's bothersome. Exceedingly so. And there's other intersecting stuff around here too. For now, I'll just make an extra power pole here. Oh, some of those sounds are the friendly friends there. Like some of the sounds that were alarming me earlier. There we go. Main power connection. This is the main power line even. The rest of the from our main power generators. Actually, what I might do at this point, let's see here. I can probably feed that power line into this connector on the side, and then avoid having power lines cluttering up this area whatsoever. There might be some revisions needed in the future still, but let's get that power line upgraded. Feed the main power grid line into that, and I no longer need this pole connecting. So that works out okay. Got excess iron plate funneling up. Copper ingots, not iron plate, funneling up here. I can get the copper sheet output, I can shove it into a container. And the excess can run over into a sink. Come on. I can probably use the same sink if I am scrupulous enough with slamming foundations over this way. Okay, conveyor belt Mark II here. We're gonna tweak that. Do I have inventory space? Apparently I have inventory space, that's good. Let's get a merger set up here. Do I want to... 1, that. Okay, it's going to be at least 60 foot through there. Just trying to figure out how I want to arrange the merger. Just lining it up directly limits the paths that can be used. 2, 3, 4. If I put it there... that'll do, actually. Wait, no, the other side isn't even accessible. Okay, with the expectation that I'll pull down that storage container at some point. In fact, what I'll probably do is I'm going to... It would be a pain to do this manually, but I realize this is a Satisfactory game. I don't have to. Let's run this conveyor around here. Hang on a moment. Let's get a stackable pole up here for the intervening time. 2. And get a Mark III belt hooked up. Oh jeez, come on. Not going to let me be nice with it, is it? If I want to send it over. It's not going to let me align it correctly to it with a regular conveyor pole, if it'll let me. And then I will elevate it like that, and then I can pull down the pole later. Definitely make this a Mark III so I don't have to deal with that unsightly setup for too long. Wait. That's the wrong... Oh, this is even the wrong side. Don't mind... I didn't need to do that. Don't mind me. Because this is the input side, that's the output side. It threw me off. Usually it colors the... the output side, the input side of blue. I suppose that might only be for splitters and the like. Anyway, wire transfer between... wire transfer. I am a comedic genius. Okay, I'm probably a little tired. Right, let's get this merger built, and it'll have open space on its end soon enough. In fact, I'm even going to move the sink one step to the right, so that the setup here can be one step to the right. The merger, because this container is going to be gone, and it will let me overlap the merger slightly. Okay, so conveyor Mark II, maximum output from one end of the splitter, gonna funnel in through there. And do a merger, and conveyor Mark III, which is the biggest conveyor I have, funneling into the sink hooked up to the power line. And I'm not happy with where the buffer container for wires is at the moment, but it'll have to do. At some point I should try and empty this container as well. Maybe I'll have proper buffer containers set up at some point, but those containers are largely placeholders for now, annoyingly enough. Okay, now that that's done, I can get the output of all these. Get the output of all these copper sheet constructors connected. So 10 copper sheets a minute from each one. The whole bus can be handled by conveyor mark ones. Yeah, ideally this would be a three-way splitter, actually, where which that would actually guarantee a 40 a minute. So I'm actually gonna do that, and it's going to be a pain to space around, but yeah, conveyor mark 1. Try and make sure there's enough coming out of that. Conveyor pole. A cat says hello to chat once more. Okay, one step to the right. Conveyor mark 1 onto this. Okay, I am actually going to see what's up with the cat. Oh, the cat is disappointed that her favorite human isn't available for her to pester, and demands that we wake up said human immediately. So she's fine. Right, so let's get this hooked up. So, because ideally I shouldn't be pulling anything from the buffer. So let's get the conveyor connected. Let's pet the cat, who is now being wrangled by one of her favorite humans. And let's realize that I have positioned my conveyor poles in the wrong spot. Darn it! Come on. Okay, I need 1, 2. Let's break down these conveyor poles and belts. Hopefully I have inventory space for all of the freaking wires that I'm eating from having to dismantle these belts. Okay, it should be fine over here. No. The pole is not quite in the right spot. Let's try that again. Boop. And boop. There we go. And there, that hooks up to the assembler that needs the wire. Not that the assembler is terribly short on wire at the moment. That's operating at 100%, 100% and 100%. Yes, although they are going to back up on automated wire soon enough. Cool, the splitter now drops the 120 evenly between into a 40 to the assembler, unless that backs up. 40 into storage. That should inevitably back up as well, and then 40 and eventually overflow into the sink. Excellent. Now from above, I'm going to do a simple splitter setup that's going to dump copper sheets into an industrial container and then into the sink, and storage is exhausted because I may as well. I'll eventually look at the research options, but there's sorting to be done. Okay, the elevator to the sink is going to be over here. Let's get this all arranged, hopefully relatively neatly. Right now this is a maximum output of 30 a minute, so a Mark 1 conveyor should be fine. This is the maximum length of a conveyor. That should also be fine. And a simple splitter should suffice because it becomes an overflow splitter once the once one side is backed up, like when a container is full. Mark 1 lift is fine for here. And let's line up a splitter with lift. Oh, the lift is too short. Let's get the lift rebuilt again. No, but get the rebuilt once. Let's get the lift rebuilt. That is what I meant to say. I wish I could align the splitter with this conveyor belt, but it's not giving me split guides for it. Let's see. Okay, that seems to be connecting correctly. And I somehow managed to get the actual alignment correct. Fantastic. Want to see if I can fit an a ladder here somewhere. But it's probably going to collide with some of the belts, which is bothersome. Okay, that doesn't quite collide with the belt, unless I get a particularly large and blocky material running on that belt, so it'll do for now. And now, storage. Industrial storage container. Let's flip that around. Boop, boop, boop. And copper sheet storage going. Excellent. I see the old wire container is still being very slow and empty. Even with the fastest conveyor belt we have. That's fine. It's to be expected. Okay. So, how are the versatile frameworks coming? Space elevator still being reduced. Okay, yes, they're still coming steadily, if rather slowly. Assembly. Once this container is empty, I will point the I guess I'll point the automated wiring into the sink as well. For now, okay, is there anything I need to hand off to machines that I don't have use for myself? Automated wiring and copper ingots. See what I can do with the automated wiring. I may as well store in here, I think. I believe some advanced resources sitting around in here. And copper ingots. Let's see if I can find a machine with use for copper ingots. Yo! Wire constructors. Do any of you have room for copper? Full of copper. First me hooking up the inputs before the outputs. Full of copper. Also full of copper. Unsurprisingly, all full of copper. Okay. How about up top? Do any of these constructors need copper? You are full of copper. Oh, you can fit some copper. All working at 100%. Even the ones that aren't full of copper ingots. Yep. It's the supply ratios are correct and the manifold has saturated to the point where everything's running smoothly. Excellent. Eventually the container transfer will complete. Let's get these assemblers running at 100%. Cool. These ones haven't yet started losing efficiency. But they may well soon enough. That's not a huge issue right now. Alright. Looking good. Just reviewing the earlier automation stages with reinforced iron plate and the like. It's looking fine. Fine. This is a this is definitely getting enough reinforced iron plate. I mean, I'm wondering why reinforced iron plate is backing up actually. Oh, because the modular. Oh, I see. Because the modular. Yeah, I have an oversupply of modular frames, which is intentional. Right. I'm producing 4 modular frames a minute, and this assembler over here is using 2.5 a minute. Means if I siphoned off 1/3 of the modular frames into a container, that would help with the wouldn't disrupt production. So I might do that in just a few moments. I can't. This truck station. Hang on a moment. Oh, okay. If I swap to roof buildings, I can sit on top of the truck station. That works. And greetings to Opal. Hello back, Black Opal, Dragon and Company. That's good to see you. How'd Witcher 3 go, Opal? Managing Geralt's new winter home, I take it. And greetings to everyone else as well. I go by Dubious Physics. I play mostly co-op and strategy games. I am especially partial towards factory games. and am playing Satisfactory right now. Okay, well, I can fill in the foundations around this. That is still the power relay point for some things. I can use this for elevator relay as well, so I may as well. I wonder if I can put a framework thing in it. I'll sort that out at some point. TM. Right, so I need to siphon off 1/3 of these modular frames. So let's get the splitter alignment set up. We'll actually break it down here. Splitter needs to take input from this side. And be hooked up with a merger as well immediately after, because I only want to take 2/3 of 1/3 of the output. Can I do this without clipping though? No, I can't. Okay, so it can't. Well, it can. No, it can't quite be here. Fine, I'll do it lengthwise. Oh, hey, so Spiritfarer is treating you well so far, huh? That's really neat. Although I'm sorry that Witcher 3 Management Edition did not go that well. But I suppose that is to some extent the point of the game. Is this lined up correctly? I think so. I think I need it to be out there. Yeah, okay. And then a simple splitter and merger next to each other for a 1/3 siphon. So 2/3 are going right back into the main line and on to modular frame consumption. And 1/3 can get siphoned off to a container. So, having heard, I swear I've heard the name Spiritfarer before, but I'm still very unfamiliar with it, so out of curiosity, what's Spiritfarer about, if I may ask? Aside from having fun after playing Frostpunk for a while. There we go, modular frame storage is go. Not strictly necessary, but it's go. And I backed off too quickly and went off the... This is fine. This is all fine. I'm still transferring stuff between containers. Well, with all the necessary adjustments and stuff, I think I'm gonna call that for now for adjustments to the previous stages of automation. It's time to look at well, no, I'm going to make myself review one more thing in the MAM, I think, before I don't let myself do much else. Modular frames and oscillatingness of oscillating, what do they call it again? Oscillating, I guess it won't let me check it in the map. I keep some stored in this box over here. Crystal oscillators, there we go. For that I need 10 crystal oscillators, or I need to make 9 more. So Whoops, probably not. Okay, I just need to make 10, so I need 180 quartz crystal. Of that I have 74. I just need to process a bunch more quartz crystal and run some more quartz from where it's being extracted. So let's give this machine some raw quartz, flip it back on. Pop and this one AI emitter into storage here. Greet the cat, who is once again very distressed that a human has dared to go to sleep in her room rather than play. Absolutely incensed. This is a crime of the greatest severity. Anyway, I'll get one stack of copper sheets, but I can store a bunch of the other sheets in that container and dash off to fetch some quartz. Also, Opal, if you're still here, apologies if you've sent messages which I haven't caught. Actually, that goes to anyone if you've sent messages that I haven't caught. Apparently there seems to be an issue right now, and I suspect it's affecting more than the people I know who've reported it. But basically where Twitch will silently fail to connect to chat for you. So apologies if you've been sending messages and I have not responded to them. I'm guessing I probably haven't seen them because of technical issues. Hopefully that gets resolved sooner rather than later. At any rate, I am going to bring back as much quartz as I can carry. And resist setting up a vehicle transport route here until I have trains, maybe. Because trains are cool. Ooh, a little too low to grapple to that. It's fine, so be it. Up. Yeah, this isn't really a super critical thing I need to do with man, but I just kind of wanted to make sure I didn't forget. So, quartz! Those miners can fire up again. Back home we go. Occasionally colliding with rocks, or avoiding colliding with rocks. Or going to way too much effort to avoid colliding with rocks. Even though it's not technically faster than using the Blade Runners on level ground, ziplining is still very fun. Sometimes I feel like doing it just for the hell of it. Ah, I think I can hear miner spinning up in the distance. It's the copper extractor, I assume. Right, we give this another stack of quartz, pull a stack of quartz crystal out. Pop some quartz in here. Clean up the inventory. And let's take a look at the hub. It's milestone time. Got new tech to work on. Ah, here we go. Gas mask, that needs plastic. Okay, I need the ability to make plastic first for most of these, apparently. The ability to make circuits, plastic, rubber, general oil products, as well as the ability to scan for oil, which means I will need to throw down a whole giant set of things. Industrial manufacturing for fancy combination systems and all sorts of stuff. I do like the truck. I might automate some things with the truck if it comes to it. Some more things I'll need to automate. The ability to package up fuel, which is a prerequisite for jetpacks, and jetpacks are fun. And then fancy power infrastructure. I thought I could scan for Caterium already. I guess I only ran into Caterium myself. Okay, conveyor Mark IVs will actually be pretty handy as well. Jetpacks, fun. Train stations, very fun, and kind of will probably end up kind of taking the wind out of truck sales, although I might not have computer manufacturing up by then, so it might not be immediately relevant. And then pipeline Mark II. Anyway, oil processing is what I'm gonna need to put together next. I probably have in-case steel beams, steel pipe, like more than enough of all the other things. It's the motors that I'm going to need to figure out. Now, can I put motors together on an assembler? Yes, I can. Okay. 2 rotors, 2 stators. That's fine. I can get you... Turn this machine off. I can get that machine, those parts, no problem. Oh, in fact, I have some motors just sitting around here. Cool. Let's start transferring. Like, I want to save this this chest for kind of raw materials that I collect directly, and equipment, and then manufactured stuff, or stuff that's mass extracted, I will transfer elsewhere. SAM ore, I may as well leave it here. It doesn't have an implemented purpose. But yet, let's see, anything here? Okay, there's nothing here that I collect personally by fighting things or anything like that. Let's get the... Okay, I have enough quartz crystal for the other project. Let's see here, two 2 rotors and 2 stators make 1 motor, so I'll need 100 rotors and 100 stators. I should be able to pull those from the manufacturing lines. I think I have enough. I have enough active in manufacturing. Let's see, rotors actually come in here. No, actually. Okay. I'll flip off this assembler for a while. And that should let the rotors accumulate. How about stators? Because I'm now this is now shut down, so because it's backed up, so I should be, yeah, I can pull 100 stators from that, no problem. Excellent. I will need some more time for the rotors though. I'm going to need some copper sheets and steel pipes, as well as some left over to build things myself. So, and encased industrial beams as well. I don't actually actively use encased industrial beams outside of hyper tubes at the moment, so I'll just grab that. I can look into more when I, if I end up making hyper tubes. More, or going to set up some more hyper tubes. So as the steel pipes go, they are chucked in here. Let's pull out as much as I can. So I've got 120. Okay, that's just enough steel pipes for the project. I'll pull out another 200 from one of the steel pipe constructors. So I have a stack to build with later. And then I should try... I mean, I shouldn't try, I should have no problem doing, actually. I should go retrieve some copper sheets. And I just realized that container clips into the ceiling. That's unfortunate. Okay, I hope I have inventory space for this, because... no, I don't, dang. Because I am going to have to rotate that container. Industrial storage. Input on this side. 1, 2... Do you clip it to the ceiling now? Yes, you do. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this box is in the way. Ah, it's hard to see. Hang on, I do need to build the belt output. Then I can probably figure out where it needs to go more easily. Come on, let me sit on this. Okay, I think it needs to be aligned there. Does that still clip into the ceiling? Apparently I am just gonna fall into oblivion there. Okay. Still, yes, it still clips into the ceiling. I'm just going to build another one here. Break that down there. And that is going to be the copper sheet storage. A little awkward that it, in fact, I'm going to move the splitter all the way back here as well. Okay, conveyor belt Mark 1 connecting there. Where'd it put down the box of it must have spawned a box of Oh, it's kind of partly clipped into the thing. Okay. Copper sheets, get in there. Thank you. Let me collect that box. Let me collect this box. How much of this box can I grab? It was just one? Okay. Copper sheets, get in there. Oh wait, not that, the other way around. Right, let's break down some of these stray belts and poles. May as well put a pole over here, just as an anchor point, and connect it up. Wait, this isn't correctly aligned. Dang it. Right, I forgot. Because this is no longer coming off a splitter directly, it needs a bit more room to turn. So I think this should be correct. There we go. Now, I need 500, so 1, 2, 3 stacks. Copper sheets should be enough, with plenty left over for me to work with when I'm building things. And let's see how many rotors have accumulated. Ladder, ladder, ladder. Let me up. Where's the rotors? Would have been fed into, or actually pumped out here and then backed up. Okay, still only 12, I need many more. But for now I'll feed what I have into the hub so it's not taking up space in my inventory. Motors, case steel beams, pipes, copper sheets. And let's turn this machine on, get it assembling motors. Significantly faster than I could. It's going to need 59 more rotors to finish the job, but it can at least work on some while the remainder is manufactured. Finally, I need to make some crystal oscillators. Words are happening. Eventually. So I'm gonna go ahead and get that all put together. There we go. What else is needed for the Explorer? A few extra modular frames. Alright, it's a fun enough vehicle. I might put it together to essentially use as a mobile crate, storage crate. If I go for wind, because I'm fairly confident I will and should go exploring some more in this game. Now, where did my modular frames... There's the modular frame storage. Let's grab a stack, and that should be enough to get this research going. Hup. Okay. Quartz research. Explorer, go! Radar technology needs stuff I don't have, or at least can't manufacture just yet. Radio signal scanning. Doesn't, although I don't know... Okay, that unlocks the radar tower. I'm not sure what radio signal scanning unlocks. I think it might adjust the map updating. Not too sure about that one. Let's see, what else have I got here that I need to work on? Oh, nothing immediate. For now, at least. I'm saving up for when I get fancier tech going and I need to pick up the wall mounts and stuff associated with that. Because of course, as you would expect with themed microtransactions, they are purchased separately. Well, that's quite some progress. I think I'll just get the advanced the oil processing milestone underway, and that might be that might well be where I wrap up the stream for today. Apologies for the technical issues. You've been experiencing them. I'm not sure there's too much I can do at my end, but I understand it's frustrating nevertheless. How do I want to rearrange the layout here? So this is very much built initially as a flat platform setup, and intentionally clips. Oop, didn't mean to go into the hypertube there. Intentionally clips into the rock. Like I specifically build the platforms until they clip into the rock, but that actually doesn't look that great for walls and levels. So I might adjust my my thinking there. Alright, let's see how many rotors have accumulated. Another 21. Cool, I'll feed those into these. I'm so glad I finally just kind of got off my and built a couple of machines to automate stuff I didn't want to manually sort out myself. I suppose while that's producing, it's probably not a bad time to explore. Let's make sure I've got room for things on me, stuff to cut down trees and so on. Might do a little bit of exploring to close this out. Let's store this quartz crystal and crystal oscillator. And let's go. Which way have I not explored much? I might want to... Well, what can I scan for here? No, I've got most of this stuff I've got deposits of. Well, I guess I might want more coal deposits in the future. Ah, right, those areas up there. And I could definitely do with some alternate recipes from hard drives and the like. But I think I especially haven't explored a bunch this way. Though I'll take a bit of a trip past this cave full of pain and death here. Which the game's having a fun time loading, apparently. And scan around a little bit, especially the crash sites, which I'm sure I'll walk past like 3 or 4 crash sites while not especially paying attention. Oh, that's lovely. Do I still have my explosives out? Yes. Okay, there is a way to clear these without having to deal with the enemies. I said without having to deal with the okay, apparently you still have to deal with the enemies. Even though if you do it at a distance, they may not immediately aggro, apparently. That was awkward. How about the rest of you? Come on here. Come on over. Where'd they go? I mean, if they left, that's fine. Just get a few more carapaces. I'm apparently not very good at this. And power slug, please. Okay, one moment. I'm apparently too short. Power slug, please. There we go. What else can I sniff out around here, aside from power slugs? So power slugs are quite useful. I'm not heavily overclocking things at the moment. Ooh, bacon mushrooms. Grab those. I'll ignore the things coming to attack me. Although I should probably consider poking them for resources at some point. That's some interesting water reflection artifacting I'm seeing here. This game is still, of course, still in early access. I remember I think I've been partly down this way before. Oh, got a little too close to that one. May as well grab the carapace then, now that I've paid the blood price for it. Right. What else is out here? Well, there's a nice big body of water. I think I spotted this from afar a bit ago and very much hoped that it would have coal present. It did not end up having coal present, which is unfortunate, but unsurprising. I do actually need more flower petals, so I should be more willing to grab some leaves here. Could do with some reloads of the color gun. Can process that later. Got some charges. I didn't realize there was more than one. That alarmed me a little more than it should have. I think that's all of them. More alien carapace. It's all well and good, but alien organs would have been preferable. Those normally drop from the ranged ones, I believe. Still, alien carapace is a very compact way to carry biofuel around. I'm not sure if I don't think it serves any other purpose, but works. Ooh, a power slug. And an area absolutely full of poison. Interesting. Let me get this hooked up. Bridged. I'm actually probably going to leave the bridge in place after the fact. Can I hitch it? This is more awkward than I expected. Can I put a attached foundation to the bottom part of you? It's much easier to build from the other side, if it'll let me. That'll, come on, that'll do. And just put a ramp here. That should work. Leaves, leaves. Oh, I've now concealed the power slug. Hi, power slug. You are coming with me. I guess I'm exploring here now. Let me just re-establish. Oh, I can't build while swimming either. Just rebuild that to avoid future incidents of a similar nature. Oh, this area is gorgeous and full of death. But this is, I mean, I imagine they're themed after sakura trees. But also pain. It's an interesting tint. This whole place is turned. Some iron ore there. Nothing I need to collect at the moment. Hello, enemies. Where'd the other one end up? Is it just on the hill there? I guess so. Okay, I should definitely take some medicine. And there is a power slug concealed in this rock. There we go. Hoping to at least find a crash site before I head back. But it's looking unlikely so far. Ooh, pale berries. I need more of those to make medicinal things. I mean, I could also make them from alien organs, if some aliens would kindly, helpfully drop their organs, but they seem uncooperative in that regard so far. This is coal. I don't think there's an associated deposit, but I may as well poke this. What's this here? This looks like it's covering something. Oh, a power slug. I could see here. I'm great at this. Hello, power slug. It did blow up all the rocks, but that'll do. Hello, random creatures that may or may not be incredibly hostile. Oh, hello, you're friendly. Greetings. There we go. Bit of sulfur, quartz. I think I've been here for quartz in another run at some point. Well, it's handy enough. Some more barrel nuts, some more leaves, and I guess I will fight you for organs. For science and capitalism, apparently. That works, I guess. Okay. Well, those should supply the production of one or two. I think I might have enough for one medical inhaler, but that's still useful. Sweep around here. Actually, that's a... No, I can't scan for crash sites. But... not with this, but... let me remember which button to push. I do have a personal scanner. berry. Can I? Oh, nope. That's still the wrong button. Mushroom, nut, berry, power slugs. Okay, that's not exactly helpful. But, I mean, I need to find... I do need more berries for things, I guess? Right. I haven't unlocked... I don't think I've unlocked the ability to scan for many things with this. Quartz. Ooh, berries. Nice. I think I've already collected from this plant, though. So it can't tell but the difference between a plant that's been collected from and one that hasn't. Good to know. Well, let's see, we've got another berry ping. Back to searching for berries. Are they on top of this? They might be on top alongside that power slug. Yeah. Oh, it was set to power slug. I must have accidentally set it to power slug. Somehow. Well, power slug get. Now, berries, please. I need a surplus of medical supplies to help me feel warm and fuzzy inside. That probably did not sound quite the way I wished it to. One pale berry. That'll do. Two pale berries. Nice. Probably shouldn't just be chasing pale berry signals. Ah, yeah, I think those are some nice quartz deposits down there. Let me just verify that. No, sulfur. Quartz a bit further off, but... Okay, no, I got it wrong. What are they? These are... Oh, pure iron. Pure iron and pain. The pain is less pure. Good to know. Convenient deposit, or stack of deposits if I ever needed that much iron in the future. Oh, a friend. Can I feed them a thing? Friend? Friend? Oh, you led me to a crash site. Thank you. I will need to fight things at this crash site, but it is appreciated nevertheless. Okay. Run around frantically collecting stuff that's arbitrarily scattered. You're on the site. Although I don't think there's anything I don't have the capacity to manufacture right now. Screws, reinforced iron plates. Okay, and the actual pod is here. What do you need? Modular frames? No problem. Cool, crash site was what I was looking for. Let me go ahead and plonk a beacon down here. right, I put the word cleared first, so it's easy. So, yeah, okay, that works out. Ooh, more berries. Useful if I can find friend again. Are there any more? Ooh. Yellow power slug. What's the catch? Oh, that's the catch. Grab a few more leaves. Bauxite, huh? I want to put that in storage, but it probably isn't that useful if it isn't a major deposit. But that'll definitely be needed in the future. Hello, large friendo. Let's see, what have we got here? Caterium ore. Nice. Wide open spaces. It's cool and all, but I'm looking for crash sites. And berries, I guess. Berries do not occur very often around where I am set up. So they are currently what I am blocked on for making medicine. The ability to scan for crash sites would be quite nice, although I don't know that you ever actually get it. I did already get one, the information for one crash site, so I probably don't. It's probably time I headed back. But still. Ooh, power slug. Oh, I can see the space elevator in the distance. What is the catch for— oh, you're the catch for this one. Okay. It's all very pretty. It's an interesting structure there. Hey! Friendo! Oh. Less friendo. Okay, I am backing off. Despite my enthusiastic thwacking, I am not actually looking for a fight here. I am looking for neat stuff. This counts as neat stuff. Okay, leaving now. I be leaving at a faster vertical rate than I anticipated. There are so many grumpy things around here. That is more than I even expected with that statement. Okay, maybe I'll leave that power slug be. That's a whole nest of them. Another time. I don't want to have to come back and get my stuff this far out because I decided to poke something I shouldn't have. Okay, this is the iron I saw earlier. And yeah, it's probably time to head back in. Maybe if I head this way, I'll run into another crash site on the way. I Okay, that was a bit of a I wanted to find a crash site, not create one. Right, if I remember correctly, I passed some sulfur around here at some point. There we go, sulfur. Boy. Sulfur. Leaves, various things. I believe that is a larger boy up there. I'll probably leave them be. Actually, that passed through vaguely towards home base, so maybe I should give it a look. I did not mean to... Can I pick that back up? Evidently I cannot pick that back up. I better detonate it so it's not lying around. Now, let's see where this leads. Well, for one, that is a purple power slug, which yeah, okay, there's a catch. Oh, so apparently I did not actually medicate. Oh, come on. That works. Alien organs collected. There's a... Okay, that's an iron deposit. Not super amazing. Oh, there's another one. Where'd it go? There it is. Why do I keep... 2, 3... I don't think this works, but... I don't think that actually does enemy damage. Better. I don't think I actually... may not have actually used the inhaler that time as well. There you are. Come on. That burned a lot of healing resources. Okay, so I wonder if there's much else interesting here. Well, I will go ahead and grab that power slug. The game continues to tell me I'm too short. Sniff around a little bit in here. There might be some things around here that are... Ooh. Okay, I will fight you for a power slug. Well, I'll have an abundance of power slugs from this trip. Leaves. Leaves. Flower petals, wood. I don't need to narrate everything I pick up. unless you folks especially want me to. Oh, another big one. Okay, there's some quartz here. There's some SAM ore that might be worth fighting for in the future, but definitely not now. There's poison areas and all sorts of nonsense around. This overlooks where I was before. I suspect I may be at the an upper area that I explored a bunch before. Generally, largely not by choice, but because I had a bunch of I died there, and also that was looked like the closest coal. Okay, so let's back off from that. This, I think, may be the plateau where the main power grid's set up. Let's see, looking at the lake there. Well, this isn't quite the same lake. Oh yeah, it is. Main power grid's visible in the distance there. Take some health. Glad that's all working steadily. Then I may as well sniff around here a little bit in case some more in case a crash site becomes evident. I don't know that I've ventured that far outside visible map radius, although it may be related to... I'm not sure if you need tech for the map to update with your movements. So, where was I just now? I added another cleared crash site marker. Ah, it was up there. No, so it did update. Okay. Right, well then. Time to head back down. Fortunately, there's a hypertube for that, and I don't have to just jump off the waterfall. As entertaining as that might be. Okay, I think we even have one... Do we have one more core node out here that's unmined? So is this rock covering anything important? Oh, I think that might actually be both coal nodes here, tagged with the miner mark too. Though once I have more belt throughput, I'll be able to extract more from these nodes by overclocking. And it will probably make sense too. But for now, it's time to get those motors building and some things processed, etc, etc. Let's pull rotors out of here if I can. Apparently I cannot. What can I... Okay, let me just quickly get some stuff processed and put in storage. Right. Most of the stuff here is my construction. Material, raw quartz I can put away in here. Coal, some mass extracted sulfur, and bauxite. Screws, apparently. The screws do not go in there. Okay, leaves, wood, and flower petals. I should consolidate a little bit. And alien organs. Alien carapace can go into storage. Where is that? There it is. Let's grab these three for making some medical supplies as well. Right. Map. Explore online. New vehicle ready. I'd almost forgotten these provided a nice dial. What does this need again? Oh, I'll be able to do object scanner improvements, no problem. Let's scan a hard drive though. Get that going. I need those alternate recipes. Medicinal Inhaler. I can make a few of these, that's good. And alien organ inhaler, I need some mycelia for. Did I end up putting the mycelia here? No, it should still be in the small chest. I just walked up a cliff there. I am a professional. Okay, mycelia. I'm going there, and there we go. 4 more inhalers from alien organs as well. And 1 inhaler from that other recipe too. Cool. Right, we can put the mycelia and slugs and berries back, although I don't think there may not have been any berries left over. Right, so over here, let's make a bunch of color cartridges. One can reload the color gun in a moment. All of those should fit into one color gun magazine still, so that's not going to that's going to save a bit of inventory space. Can process this wood and other things into biomass. Leave the alien carapace stored for now. Let's see, put the wood away, the biomass away, alien organs, flower petals. Stack up the inhalers, reload the color gun, and make some power shards. Boop, boop, boop. They should just all add to the existing stack, no problem. Okay, now I can go grab those rotors. I probably should have done that as soon as I had a little inventory space while I was processing everything else, but oh well. Rotors into the machine. And you know what? Let's test how much overclock power I've got right now. I can crank this up to 250% speed, so it makes 5 motors a minute, or 12.5 motors a minute, and draws 65 megawatts of power, which is a noticeable chunk of the entire energy grid at the moment. Fabulous. Done in a few moments. Since I have direct oversight over that, it's not a huge issue, I think, if that draws a bunch of power. Still, I should also get to work on making some more things to get the scanner improvements, I suppose. I need 5 crystal oscillators. That means I need more quartz crystals. May as well overclock this machine all the way as well. Turn it on. Processes that almost in 1 minute, apparently. So that's handy. Double check that I'm not overloading the power grid. Good. digital oscillators, and I can pull 10 stators out of these machines down here. Okay, how's loading the space elevator with versatile frameworks going? Slowly and steadily, I see. Have to be the way for now, I think. It's not even, it's not going to be super practical to up that output. It is going to be practical to up the output of, or is just some of the arbitrary stuff I've chained together here. So let's add some more quartz crystal. I can turn this off now. That should be all the motors needed. Can recover those power shards if needed, but for now it seems fine to have those machines be zoom. Let's complete this milestone.
Milestone reached. Oil acquisition and refining unlocked. Oil-based products can now be made. The byproducts of oil refinement can be used after further processing, as seen in the refinery. Caution. This is a reminder to minimize the chance of expiration during out-of-base activities.
Alright then. Okay, that milestone is done. And next time I will have to set up all of the frickin' oil stuff. It's gonna be an interesting time. I don't have plastic production going yet, so I can't do many of these. Requires rubber, requires computers, which require plastic and rubber. Okay, so I may as well just select stuff here that needs everything I in here is going to need me to get plastic and rubber production up and running, computers and the like too, so may as well get that selected. And I can plug more motors into this. Oh right, the pod isn't here. I can't plug more motors into this. Pop motors into storage here for now. Have a handful of heavy modular frames, which I can actually, well, I don't have the machine that can make them automatically. I do have the bits and pieces to make them now, so that's handy. Let's get the quartz crystal out of this. Let's see, 5 of these oscillators. One and 2 of those should be fine. Turn off this machine for now. Toss the extra refined quartz in there. This is still hard at work, but let me quickly see. Well, okay, I have everything needed for the next stage of research. So that's fine. I think it's going to eat one of my object scanners, so I should probably make another object scanner. Potentially a handful more beacons. There we go. Pod coming back down. Oh no, pod's gonna take a while to come back down. We'll see what comes out of this this scan here, and then I'm gonna call it for the stream. May as well start attempting to ramble through my wrap-up here. Again, apologies if you have been sending messages and I've not been responding. Twitch has been having issues, and I know at least one person who's not been able to, who's chat messages have been going into the void, as it were. But I hope you enjoyed the stream regardless. It's been great having you folks. I'm probably going to be streaming even more Satisfactory in the coming week. Although the immediate plan on Wednesday is to continue my Total Warhammer 2 Tomb King's run. We'll see how that goes. And okay, reinforced iron plate alternate recipes. Right now, reinforced iron plate takes 6 iron plates and 12 screws made in the assembler. I assume this makes it faster. 18 and 50. Reinforced iron plates. So 1, 2, 3. So it's 3 times the iron plates and more than 3 times the screws. So it takes a bunch. Overall takes but it produces 3 of them. Oh, I see. Yeah, it does make them significantly faster, but at the cost of more resources. Probably not what I'd want to roll with. I could make them from copper wire too if I wanted. Both of these are for reinforced iron plate. Or I could make modular frames with screws instead of rods. I don't think I'd specifically want... Let me check the recipe for modular frames again. Hopefully at some point I'll be able to pick up all of those alternate recipes, but for now, should be alright. This might actually be more effective, more efficient overall. Let's see, 12 iron rods with the 56 screws. Actually, screws, until I have better screw production, it's going to be a lot less space efficient. Though, that said. I'll pick up the recipe anyway, and then I'll plug in the research for object scanner improvements. So, what's that changed on the scanner? Mushroom nut berry power slugs. I guess maybe it's increased the range, or maybe it was just a prerequisite for giving it the ability to scan for hostile organisms, which I think I'll need some more resources for, so we can't quite do that at the moment. Anyway, that is going to be it from me for today. Thanks very much once again for watching, folks. It's been a good time. I'll be streaming again on a Wednesday. That's Wednesday the 13th at 0200 UTC. Aiming for some Total Warhammer 2. Continuing my Tomb King's campaign. Also, special thanks today to Black Opal Dragon and Company. The raid's really appreciated. And thanks to everyone who came by, who hung out. I'm repeating myself at this point, but it has been a blast. Really appreciate the support. Okay. What else should I ramble through? Oh yeah, you can follow me right here on Twitch if you want. There's emotes in it for you. They're fun things. Go get him. You can follow me at Dubious Physics on Twitter as well. I've got a Discord for communications and the like, and I'll drop the link for that in the chat right now. You can see my stream schedule down below or on my about page. I think that pretty much covers it. Thank you once again. It's been fantastic having you all. Do remember to take care of yourselves. I hope to see you folks in the future. This is Dubious Physics, signing off.